Hello, good morning everyone. This is hrnomad TV and video number 5 of this week's video content. You remember on LinkedIn I asked you guys in a poll which kind of video content you would like me to talk about in order to really customize my answers to your actual needs in this crisis, in this corona situation. And I've already posted some different content, so you watch out and check it on my channel. And yesterday I've already introduced you to the delegation cards. So this is a method for leaders in order to learn how to delegate, and also for teams to learn how to become more agile, learning to get more empowerment. So, and today I want to introduce you some additional question sets which I developed myself on top of these delegation cards. And these are specialized on typical HR or people relevant questions that can arise in startups. So particularly when you're young in this kind of situation, that might help as well. If you want to know more about the delegation cards and how to play it, just click here or see it on my past video. Now I want to go on with the new content. That means these special question set which I developed myself on top. This is a box. It looks like this. So it's a special set card which will lead you through typical HR or people relevant situations that sooner or later all startups, all businesses will go through. So, and you see the cards here. It's set. It looks like this. By the way, it's in German or in English, so either way, what is more comfortable for you. And there are many cards on top. You see, many situations, different ones that could all arise within your HR or people team and might apply to all your startup situations, wherever growth stage you are at the moment. So to show you some typical ones, how they're designed, of course they are matching to my other cards. But typical situations could be like this. This is choosing a training provider. This is something you see. This could be a typical situation where sooner or later you need to ask yourselves in a team who's going to take over the responsibility, who's the one to choose, who's the one taking the decision. Or let's say here, probation period review. So everyone sooner or later will get a probation period interview. Who is going to do that? Who is in the lead? Should it be the manager, the former the leader, or who should be doing that? How should the process be? Or if you have something like that, employer branding project, who should be managing it? Who should be responsible to have it? Or another one, typical one, hiring a new team member. Whose responsibility should it be? So he's the one in lead. So, and you see, if there's typical situations, and there's many more different aspects. And now you could play this in your team and say, okay, who should decide? Who should be the responsible person? And then you see on, let's say, typical, take this one, hiring to a new team member. This is a typical startup one. In the beginning, when you have, let's say, done your first stage and you start to grow, this is a typical one you will need a lot. And you see underneath the topic, you see little lines where you can have names and you can have the number. So it depends now on you and your situation and your company culture, how open you want to play this. And the good thing is these cards are writable. Sorry, my English is really bad this morning. Yes, you can have this like a whiteboard pen, a thin one, any brand, whatever suits for you, and you can each of one can write down the name on the results when you played it, the actual results. When I say okay, you write down and keep it here, and whenever you do that another time, you can wipe it off and do it again, write it again. So what is the situation? Whenever you play the cards, the delegation cards and the results, you will note here the end results. This is an example. This is home office days agreement. Now after Corona, this might be one very interesting question. Now, you had maybe the experience that it was working good or not so good. It was getting normal for you and all the people who were maybe not happy about it or suspicious or maybe not or having prejudice. Now I see or have maybe experienced it's working somehow, and this could be something in general you might consider after Corona. Just a side note from my side. So you could play this with your people in your team and say, okay, how should we continue with the home days now in the team? How should we consider? And then you play the cards, and then the results of the cards, they all have numbers on the cards, you remember. It's okay, Tom voted for 4, or George for 3, Nina for 5, Alice for 3. However, you can note the results, how everybody noted, and then as you discuss and agree on how you want to decide it and how you want to agree in this particular case, there's another one, a line on top here. You say, okay, the team result is number 3. So it's agree or something else. And now you note the team result here, and you can have it with a date of this actual team meeting you were deciding that. So, and you can also display it next to your Kanban boards, which you maybe have, and you can put it just in your story backlog. So next time, whenever there's a new a new meetup and you need to decide on this kind of situation, and maybe the sprint is over and you need to renew it, you can just wipe it off, wipe it off like this, and then, or also here with the members if they changed, and you can have a new play and see what comes out now. So whenever it's suitable, you can adjust it, and you can also display it in and put it to your Kanban boards, so it's for everybody. It's really visible and transparent on how you decide your typical situations. This is it for today. And yes, as I said, if you want to know more how to play actually the cards, these are additional cards next to that a delegation card game, so you need one for the other. So this is it, but I think it's a nice idea to really also go more into specifically HR questions, and also to train your team to take over more people responsibility step by step as you grow and as you get more mature on your agility path. So this is it. Now I'll wipe it off again for you guys. If you have more questions, let me know, drop me a line, or if you have any comment, anything else, I'm for sure making more video content, maybe not daily anymore, but yeah, I'm happily helping out. For now, have a great weekend and see you maybe next week. Bye bye.